Welcome, listener, to this Phobia Test. In this recording, I will test your vulnerability to several phobias, and at the end, you will receive a score that reveals how vulnerable you are. This is not a visual phobia test. Rather, the test takes place in the mind. So, you will want to be undisturbed by the outside world to best benefit from this recording. You will want to find yourself physically comfortable and at ease. Very good. The phobia test involves a series of 6 prompts, and you really don't have to do anything at all. Just relax and listen. Pay attention to how you respond to each experience, making a mental note of how intensely you feel each response. Now that you are ready, the phobia test begins now. Number 1. You dip your hand into a bowl of gelatin, and as you sink deep into the gelatinous goo, you feel little beads, seeds, covering your fingers and hand. Little black seeds, gathering in circular clusters on the back of your hand, forming at the bottom of the wrist, and when you pull your hand free from the goo and you pick the seeds from your skin, you might notice how small clusters of holes remain, formed in the goo, where the seeds once were. Many clusters of holes on your hand. Number 2. You find yourself sitting down, scrolling through social media or watching videos, and you begin to feel a slight twitch and itch somewhere on your body, and maybe you even try to ignore it, but the more you ignore it, the more it grows. So you scratch the itch, and at some point, it itches more. So you take a look and you find a small patch of reddened skin, slightly raised with small red bumps, goose bumps, but red, that you hadn't noticed before. And now, the bumps are spreading rapidly, and some bumps are bigger and some are smaller, and some are filling up now with a white pus in the tips, creating pressure from the inside. And you know that if you were to squeeze one of those bumps between the tips of 2 fingers, you would feel intense pain for a moment just before it burst. Number 3. You cough, and in your palm is a cluster of tiny white larvae laying in a pool of your own blood. And as you look closer, the larvae appear to be moving around, wiggling and squirming, alive, and if you look in a mirror now, you can notice how the skin on your face also appears to be wiggling and squirming, moving and crawling, alive inside, but not under your control. This is not the muscles. This is something creeping around just inside, under your skin. Number 4. You wake up in bed. Your eyes see, but your body cannot move. Arms are frozen in place. Legs are impossibly heavy. Even the head refuses to budge. And it is dark. And even though your eyes can see, they can only see dark. But you can still hear someone breathing. 2 feet away, 3 inches from you, 2, hidden by shadows, coming closer and closer, and you're in a hospital bed, still locked in a body that refuses to move, and no one knows you're awake. Nobody knows you're there. And even though your eyes may rest open, and even though you may see the doctors and nurses or any other person, they only see you as a patient, frozen in time. But still they must run tests. And so, one of the nurses pulls out a large syringe and affixes a sharp needle to its tip. And as she draws closer to you, you can see that the needle tip is becoming more clear as it pierces through the air toward your skin. But you cannot move or communicate, even though you are still awake. Number 6. You glance in the mirror, and your reflection stares back, blinking at the wrong times. And so you leave quickly, exit the bathroom into a hallway, and at the end of the hallway is a silhouette, still watching until it moves. A silhouette man. And your phone buzzes, screen lights up with text behind you. And as you turn around, you find a deep emptiness. So you go forward toward the living room and you look inside, go inside, and in that room you see an old brown television, grayed out screen switches on, static at first, until camera footage of you doing something you know you are not supposed to do reveals itself. And keeping these 6 prompts in mind, you can open your eyes now, and if you reacted strongly to prompts 1 and 2, you are vulnerable to tactile and contamination-based fears. If 3 disturbed you, your mind is sensitive to parasitic or infection anxieties. If 4 or 5 triggered a sense of dread, you may deeply fear losing control or being paralyzed, or you may fear medical situations or needles. If 6 unsettled you, you are likely affected by the uncanny, the unknown of being watched, and not alone when you thought you were. This concludes the phobia test. But if any of those images remains in your mind, it could be the case that it found something real to hold on to. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe and check out the other videos on my channel for more phobia and fear content. Goodbye.